Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unlicensed Therapy with me, Ari Mannis. Today, we have a special guest. It is Ben from Woby Designs. It is a YouTube channel where Ben does woodworking, but he only uses recycled skateboards. He gets old skateboards from skate shops. He turns them into beautiful pieces, tables, various items, cups. What else has he made? Skateboards. He's recycled them into other skateboards, into plywood, you name it. He also was kind enough to give me this microphone or camera arm made out of recycled skateboards. He normally sells these, but he came in, did my podcast, which I don't pay the guest to do. He gave me this. What a nice guy. I really enjoyed the conversation. If you're not familiar with him, I'm going to play a video of his right now. All right, that is Ben from Woby Designs. I hope you enjoyed his video. Now, enjoy the episode.
I'm pretty sure that you have a way harder time getting through life than the average person, Ari. I don't know why anybody would listen to this. I know I won't.
Ari, your advice single-handedly broke up my marriage. You're an awful person.
You're 24 years old. Why would I listen to you? Why would you be giving therapy and advice to people who clearly need it? It doesn't make any sense, Ari. This is a horrible idea.
You're listening to
Unlicensed
Therapy with Ari Mannis.
Bobby Lee, hilarious.
Bobby.
Andrew Santino, hilarious. Both of them. I've seen them multiple times a week for years. Perform on the same shows as them. I opened for Andrew. I helped him start his podcast.
Nice.
I bought him his equipment. I teach him how to edit, teach him how to put it out there. All these things, right? Then I ask Andrew to do my podcast. He ghosts me. He big times me. Not cool.
When was this?
A month ago.
Oh my God.
We talk on the phone. We check in on each other. Then, hey, would you do my 100th episode? Be my big guest for my 100th episode? Radio silence.
Nothing? Not even like, oh, I'm too busy right now? Or
Not even that. Not even, hey, not right now. Don't feel like it. COVID, blah, blah, blah. No excuse, just ghost. Not cool. So I'm calling him out right now.
Where are you?
Bobby never, he goes, he's a notorious ghoster. He never responds to texts.
I could see that though. I understand Bobby's
So I
perspective.
give him more credit.
Yeah, because I don't like texting or talking on the phone.
So you don't get back to people?
I hate it. I'm like, every messages, I just pretty much, any DMs I just get like a double click, and then I just make it seem like I've seen it.
That makes people think you're cool. Probably helps with, do you have a girlfriend?
I'm married.
Oh, you're married.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need to play that game anymore.
I think that's exactly
game.
it. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be cool or like trying to be a dick, and just like if you
Married.
want to talk to me, like,
You're pretty young though, aren't you? How old are you?
I'm 32 now.
32. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty young. How old were you
Yeah.
when you got married?
I was 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's the normal age. Really, I'm just
Yeah.
should be getting married by now.
Actually,
But
I
I'm
was
not.
30 at that point.
Oh, so it's a new marriage. 1 year.
No, wait. It is 29. I'm sorry. Yeah.
2 year marriage.
3
Still
years.
pretty- 3 years.
We just celebrated third anniversary.
How long did you go for before you were married?
3 years. Another 3 years.
Okay, so
Yeah.
6 years.
But I known her
time.
since middle school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you like her in middle school?
Yes.
You had a crush on her in middle school.
So I came to the U.S. in the 7th grade or 6th grade,
From where?
Korea.
Okay.
So
Oh, so you're full blown Korean.
full blown.
I couldn't tell actually. Well, I thought you
Yeah.
were Korean American.
No. English is my second language, and
Well, I don't want you on the podcast anymore.
Sorry. I gotta go back. But what's her? I met her in 7th grade, and then I asked her out. We went on a movie date. She only went on a date with me because it was like out of sympathy. Everybody knew from.
She still did. That shows how
Yeah.
nice she is.
Yeah,
she didn't even like you, and she did
But
it.
in the movie, she fell asleep. She just kind of like, she just,
Do you remember what movie it was?
Triple X with Vin Diesel, the first one.
That one was decent.
Yes.
Have you seen the newest Triple X?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's garbage.
It's the worst movie. It's
Yeah.
actually laughably bad.
It's just like trans music and just European style.
It's so bad that everyone listening should watch it
Yeah.
for how bad it is. You will laugh. It opens up with him jumping out of like a guard tower onto a mountain with plants and then skiing down the mountain.
Yeah.
No snow. Skiing down a plant mountain and doing tricks off the jumps
Yeah.
and all this stuff. It's insane.
It's terrible. And then we never talked again for like 4 years.
Now, did you ask her out again? She's like, no, I don't think so.
No, I think I knew. She knew. Like, it was just like,
I'll say this.
It's
7th
cute.
grade,
yeah.
I never even went on a date. I was
Yeah.
scared to even, I would never ask a girl out on a date in 7th grade. So I give you credit for that.
Yeah, I think I remember selling my Yu-Gi-Oh cards to my friends to get money.
To get the movie tickets.
To get movie
Your
tickets.
parents wouldn't buy you movie
I
tickets?
mean, we were poor, so like I never asked for it. I never asked for like asking for money. So I just asked my friend, sold my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, got like $60. We went on a dinner date right next to the movie theater and pay for everything. And
Yeah, gentleman.
yeah.
She remembered. She remembered how nice you were to treat her
I
out.
asked my brother to drop her off, pick her up, and all that stuff too. And
So your brother was the chaperone.
yeah,
That's sweet.
yeah. And then so after about when we're in college, one of our mutual friend was like, "Hey, she smokes weed now. She's fun to hang out." And I was like, "Okay, let's hang out." And from then on, we just started to kind of like,
Love each other. Till the end of time.
not really. Just kind of stay as friends, but still like have feelings.
So you had a crush on her for
I had a crush on her.
for like a year? How long before you were finally like, listen, you gotta be
I had a
mine?
crush on her, and then she decided to get a boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. So We met
It
briefly.
had happened, so she knew you
so
were the
we
one.
met again this one summer. I had a crush on her, and she pretty much went on a relationship with this other guy. And then I went to UC Irvine, and then went to school for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I was done with school and came back to LA to work and live my life, she ended up breaking up with her boyfriend. And then somehow we run into each other. And from then on, we just kind of started dating. And then adopted a dog, moved in together, and then got married.
Wow. That's quite the love story. And is she a woodworker as well?
No. She is so far away from this. Like she doesn't hate it, but she's not.
What
she's
did
not
you
into
do before woodworking?
I was working as a product specialist for an auto show company. So I was just going to.
You were selling cars?
No.
essentially. No.
I wasn't really selling cars, but I was showing off the cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Driving them? Or
Time
just-
to time, but not really.
You were a car model. You
Kind
stood
of
outside of cars.
halfway between like
Which
a
car company was it?
Hyundai.
Hyundai, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Korean.
Yes.
So a little racist marketing there, but
Yeah.
so it's cool. I guess
Honestly,
the
they
perks.
picked me because I'm token Korean guy. That's 100% honesty.
Yeah, you're a cool looking Korean guy.
Eh,
They're
like 6 foot
Joe.
tall, skinny,
Yeah, you were a model.
clean cut.
You were like have you ever been to the LA Auto Show? You were like the hot girl
I
staying
was there,
around the
yeah.
cars. You were the hot girl.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
who I am. I mean, I still do it because it's part time and then seasonal.
Oh,
so
really?
it's only from.
Do you enjoy it? I would
I do.
assume I would assume you wouldn't want to do it just because you're a famous YouTuber now.
No, I
You're a
actually
big star.
like being on the road. Just being at a hotel for a couple days, just check out out the city.
That is fun.
Yeah, because I only have to work 6 hours a day.
So do you have to study up on all the cars?
Yeah,
Do you drive a Hyundai?
I don't. I mean,
Not
I
even.
drive a 2002 truck, like a.
Oh yeah, they don't really make a
For-
pickup truck.
Yeah,
I guess
they're
okay.
trying to, but I guess
They
it's
should
not
give you
working.
one.
They should.
They should.
I've been
give you-
asking, but who knows?
Ryobi, right? You have Ryobi tools.
I switched out to Craftsman, which is Stanley Black and Decker family.
But like a little nicer than Black and Decker.
Yes. So
Yeah.
there's like different tiers, like
Yeah.
entry level.
And are they a sponsor?
Kind of, I guess. They just
They
sent
hooked
me,
you up with
yeah,
tools.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Those are the perks.
It is.
That's
nice.
like sometimes when I watch, I don't even know how to use any of the tools you
Mm-hmm.
use. But sometimes when I watch these YouTubers make things and they have all these tools, I'm like, I want to make YouTube videos just so I can get a bunch of free tools. I want
It's-
them even though I don't know how to use them.
It feels so good. But at the same time, like, I put in so much work for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's just like
Totally
not even
deserve.
10% of what I'm getting back.
And it's amazing advertising for
Yeah,
them because in
exactly.
every video, you're just by using the tool, people are going to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if I want to do that, I'll just use exactly what he uses.
Yeah. So depending on the tools now, I'm like, you kind of have to pay me to use it, or like, I'm
At
not gonna
least,
make-
or it has to be a really expensive tool that you
Yeah.
can get for free. Yeah, yeah.
right. So
Makes
like,
sense.
I'm work with the sanding company, and it's like really expensive, like nice tools. So for them, I just did a deal. Like, I'll make a couple of videos for you, like just like 3-4 minutes, and you could send me all the products.
Mhm. And is that sandpaper or sanders? Like electric
Sanders,
sanders?
like it's like a dust extractor with like a vacuum and like 4 different sanders. And it's
I
like,
have a 1-car garage
Mm-hmm.
that I don't park my car in because I'm too lazy to just get out of
Mm-hmm.
the car and open up the garage door. And after watching your videos, I thought to myself, especially your ones about turning the 20-foot shipping container into a wood workshop, I was like, I want to turn my 1-car
should do
garage
it.
into a workshop.
It's so.
But I have zero woodworking experience. And I'm not talking like I took wood shop in high school. I've done nothing.
Me neither.
Yeah. Really?
I have done nothing related to woodworking. Before I was a product specialist for Hyundai, I was working at a wholesale lingerie sale, which is one of my best friend's moms.
Pervert.
Yeah, I'm just touching bras and silicone bras all day, and yeah, pretty much packing boxes. Nothing special.
Wait, so then what? It just kind of like me, it intrigued you?
Yeah,
You
so
wanna do that?
I was literally just like you watching YouTube videos one day. I was like,
Mm.
you know what? I bet I could probably do this. And so I start looking at like how other people do it. I literally watched like years worth of YouTube
tons of videos.
and I'm sure everybody does anyways. So I started just narrowing down to just woodworking and how to set up shop and all that, and that's where I'm now. I mean, this happened
So, okay, but what was your first video?
making a sheet of plywood out of recycled skateboards.
That was the first one? I saw that one. So when I watched that video, for example, I didn't even know it was your first one because it looks pretty still high quality video. I guess you started pretty good. But had you done it before you made the video?
No.
So you doing that was your first
YouTube video.
YouTube video. But how long had you been working with wood before that? Tinkering with
Probably 2 years from then.
Okay, so a decent amount of time you spent training.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it.
I would say about 2 years from.
Now, I imagine you did not start with skateboard materials. You just started with wood.
No.
That was how you started.
Yeah.
Explain that. Why?
So the only reason why I even got into woodworking is because I got a DUI.
Okay.
I got a DUI and I got my.
So it's in the past. He doesn't advocate
I don't do
drinking and
anymore. I don't
driving.
even drink anymore, to be honest. It completely threw me off. I got into a serious
They
accident.
fuck your life up.
Dude,
It's like $10,000. And you got injured.
And I got injured, like bad. My hip was replaced.
Literally
popped out.
replaced?
Not replaced.
Oh,
popped out.
Surgery. Yeah.
And then you see these scars right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
see.
I pretty much like face planted.
Airbag didn't go off?
It went off,
but still.
I think after it went off, someone else hit me.
Oh, shit.
So I spun out, and the cop was saying pretty much if this happened like 30 minutes, like a half a mile before, I would have went off over a cliff and died pretty much. But I had to end up doing community service, and I picked Habitat for Humanity. And what I realized was there's a bunch of people just throwing away furniture all the time because like we just can't sell it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just
There's
like,
so much. Always when I drive by my neighborhood, there's just it's out on the road.
Exactly.
And I've thought about that too. I'm like, man, it would be so easy just to refinish some of those pieces. Just
so
sand
that's
them
what
down.
I thought first. So I was like, okay, I started like kind of going on Craigslist, started looking up free sections, and then started getting it and realized it's all MDF. It's not quality wood.
Right.
It's not
It's
worth
all crap.
It's not worth restoring. So I start looking at different wooden materials that I could keep recycling because I didn't have the money to buy the lumber. And then I came across this guy's page called Hiroshi, which he's a Japanese artist who makes sculptures out of skateboards.
And you were still able to enjoy it even though he's Japanese and you're Korean.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Progressive of you.
My grandpa used to hate Japanese.
There's old school Asian racism, Asian on Asian racism.
Every time he drinks, he just talks shit about Japanese.
Japanese are the elite ones because they're whiter, right? Or Koreans are pretty white too, though.
I think at this point now, Koreans are probably the most superior.
They're the snootiest of the Asians.
Yeah, the Asians.
I wonder why
at
that
this
is.
point. But yeah, he just made sculptures and really nice installations and things like that. So
Your grandfather did.
yes, Hiroshi.
Oh no, no, the Japanese YouTuber. Sorry. I got
Yeah, so Hiroshi did that, and pretty much I was like, I could probably make home decor out of these, eventually make furniture out of these. So that's why I just started calling different skate shops, got a bunch of boards, and then started using that.
But there are some other YouTubers that do stuff out of skateboards, but not. Does anyone else do it just because that's kind of your thing?
Yeah.
Skateboard stuff.
Well,
is there anyone else that just does that?
There's a ton of people that make things out of skateboards and sell it. But I think what I do is a little different is I try to make multiple different things. So sometimes I'm making a sheet of plywood out of skateboards, or I'm making a speaker out of skateboards.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
like-
you make some obscure items.
Thank you.
Like the arms for the cameras.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty obscure.
That's really functional, especially in small spaces like this. I mean, look at this tripod. Like it's taking up a lot of space. So
Yeah.
it's,
I do what I can, but
Yeah. Do you want one?
sure. I'll
I
buy
actually
one.
have one in my car. I'm supposed to give it to someone else, but I have an extra at home, so I'll just give you this.
That's nice of you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no problem.
Do you think it would work instead of this?
It should work better so
try
that
it.
you could pop it out so
Yeah.
you could get closer to me for your guests and things like that. Maybe you could
Wow.
put it.
That's cool.
You could probably put it on the ceiling so have like one.
Oh, even more room, kind of.
yeah.
I'll tinker with it.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Yeah. So, did you just kind of make that because you needed that? Like, what was your inspiration behind making a camera arm? Because most people would never think, I'm going to
right.
make a skateboard camera arm.
I knew I wanted to make it, but I wanted to make money out of it. So I'm selling plans for it. And pretty much I made it so that it's for me, but at the same time, I want to get paid for it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
so-
still, you could get paid for almost anything, really. Like, you
Yeah.
get paid for making a table. You can get
Yeah.
paid for, you still chose that. It's, I guess, maybe it's less common because there's a million table guides on YouTube.
Right. That too, but I actually think it's like it's probably one of my best ideas in design when it comes to that. I mean, it's literally coming off this arm, but how do you make it so that it's strong enough? The materials should be readily available for everybody. It should be easy to cut and make.
Do you think when someone buys the plans to make that, are they going to do it with skateboard wood too, you think? Or they're just going to
Probably
do
not.
normal wood?
Normal wood?
Yeah.
I even tell them to make it with higher quality plywood, but I see it on the pictures. They don't.
Now, is higher quality plywood, is that better than, because skateboard wood's typically maple, right? So wouldn't maple be higher quality than a plywood?
It's probably the highest quality. Yeah. But it's just they're not stupid enough to waste their time making things out of skateboards like me.
Right. It takes so much more time because you have to, like, when you made the piece of plywood, is that what you usually do before starting a project to make the skateboard into usable wood? You don't do that because that takes even more time?
Yeah.
Got it. So you normally
So
just,
like I would just glue it up into one piece of wood, depending on what size I need. If I need a cutting board, I'll just glue it up in a way that it's one thick. cutting
which
board,
takes
I guess.
longer, the cutting up and gluing or making it look pretty with getting all the color matching and design, stuff like that? Because like that new table, I imagine that took a long time just kind of laying out the color pattern.
Yeah. So it took one full day to prep all the skateboards, pretty much ripping down 30 skateboards into those strips. And then took me 3 days to glue it up.
3 days just to glue it up. And that's,
Me organizing all
does
the
that count
colors.
as waiting period?
No.
Just 3 days of work, like
Yeah.
3 8-hour days.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like I have to pick the colors, and then it was a little short, so I had to literally play with like 1/4 inch and like 1/2 inch of like room to like make sure everything fits. If it didn't, then I gotta start over.
Does
pick new
that,
colors?
to me, like at what point does that start getting old?
It's
No.
since day one. Since day one.
Day one, it's like it must be very satisfying when you finish something and
Yeah.
it looks awesome. But man, 3 days of laying out colors and gluing, I'd be like, why don't I just switch to plywood or whatever, or a
Yeah.
nice hardwood? I could go buy a hardwood slab, and this whole process would be cut into a third.
Yeah, but at this point, like I'm like, this is me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
It
gonna
is
take me-
cool. It's recycling, and who doesn't love skateboarding?
Yeah, and I think being just resourceful like that, I think it's more interesting than making it out of plywood.
Yeah. But what made you? Did you skate growing up? What made you decide to think like have this plan of I'm going to be a skateboard recycler? What I don't even know what to call you. A recycled skateboard
Woodworker? I don't
woodworker.
know.
Yeah.
I did skate a little bit. I think in 7th grade when I came to the U.S., I was skating a little bit, but I learned in a way that was the dumbest fucking way.
Like you were pushing Mongo.
No, I push regular,
Uh-huh.
do tricks Mongo.
Wait, what?
That makes no fucking sense, right?
Yeah.
So this is how I think this is why I'm doing it. I would ride normally, fucking perfectly fine. I could carve whatever. When I'm doing tricks in the beginning, I didn't know how to do it. So I would stand on the board and then start doing tricks and not realize that my foot was switched. And I'm trying to copy my friend. He's, I think, regular.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to copy it, and then it just didn't make any fucking sense.
I just couldn't do tricks. I was too uncoordinated. I've never been able to do a kickflip. I've never ollie was like as far as I can get.
Yeah.
Ollie manual, shove it.
I think I did 180 once.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I just wasn't good, but I loved it. I love Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 remake.
I never played games growing up either.
Those were good.
Yeah.
I love. Oh, and then I got really into longboarding. Have you ever made a longboard out of skateboards?
I
Or is that
haven't.
sacrilegious?
I'm trying to make one. I'm actually trying to make it so like all the skaters hate me. So I'm gonna make a
Wait, why do
longboard.
you want the haters?
I don't know. It's just
for fun?
just controversies, like little
Yeah, a lot of
fun,
comments.
Yeah, it's fun. So I want to make a longboard that's all electric.
An electric longboard.
yeah, and
so
I think-
so that'll be hated even more than a
They're gonna
regular longboard.
fucking
Yeah.
They're gonna die.
I have an electric longboard.
I do too.
Yeah.
Which
they're
one do you
fun.
have?
Meepo?
boosted?
No,
Meepo?
I went cheap. I went
Okay,
the
yeah.
Chinese version.
Same here.
But it's pretty good. Like I've never ridden actual
It's
boosted.
not bad. Yeah.
But I can't imagine the boosted is that much better than this Meepo.
Well, I guess
And
there's.
didn't boosted go out of business?
I don't know.
I think they went out of business too.
they?
Yeah.
There's two different types, I guess. There's hub motor and then belt driven, I guess. And then,
These are hub. Meepo's hub, I think.
yeah.
Which
I
one
guess
do you have?
belt driven are a little bit more powerful. I think that's what I heard.
I don't want any more power.
Yeah, that thing. I mean, mine's pretty
Hauls
damn
ass.
powerful too. Yeah.
Especially around these bumpy, shitty roads.
Yeah.
LA has shitty roads. I ate shit going on Hollywood Boulevard, scraped off all the skin on my arm. I've been scared to drive it fast. Like when I first bought it, I was like, I'm going to use this to get around town
yeah.
as transportation. Now I'm like, no, it's just for fun.
You should get on all electric bikes.
Yeah. That would be a better transportation.
I
for sure.
tried this bike called Onyx. Oh my God. It's like a motorcycle.
Yeah?
It's so fast.
Are you getting one?
It's expensive.
Yeah, they're
It's
like a few
$7,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
No, it's ridiculous, but it's electric bike.
They
So-
have cheap ones though. They have $500 ones that are probably not nearly as good. But,
Yeah.
but still will get you around.
I want that quality.
Yeah, once you ride the nice one,
Yeah.
that was part of me why I've never driven a Meepo because I'm like, then I'm gonna have to upgrade
Yeah.
my $400 board to a $4,000 board.
Mm-hmm.
So your plan is to make an electric longboard, and are you just gonna take a different electric longboard and change the deck out to be yours? Yeah.
Because I don't know anything about electronics.
Yeah, that would
so-
create a whole
Yeah.
another project.
I just disassembled it, and then it looks still pretty confusing, but I think I could still make it work.
What's been the hardest item that you've made where you've wanted to give up? Or has there been an item that you have given up where you're like, I'm going to make a video for this, and then halfway through you're like, scrap this video, on to the next?
I don't think I had.
You've never quit on anything?
No. If I do mess up, I make it seem like it's no big deal, and like I already did
Yeah,
the
everyone
work.
messes up.
Yeah.
It's
just
fine.
like it's part of the process. So what are we gonna learn from this? So like my second video, it shows you like the plywood is shit. It just
Yeah, like
broke
when you
down.
made the skateboard deck,
Yeah,
the
it
first one
broke.
broke
Yep.
pretty easily, and there was another thing you made where you're like, this is more for display. Don't use this.
the baseball bat.
The baseball bat,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Did one of them shatter?
No, it's just kind of pretty much like there's 7 layers in a skateboard, and out of those glue ups could mess up too. That's not my fault. That's the
Right, the original
manufacturer's.
skateboard.
And it just happens like that, and that's why baseball bats, especially with that kind of grain, that wasn't
gonna work.
really. It's
More of a display bat.
no, I think
But
it
that
could
makes
still
sense.
work, but I just have to like soak it in with epoxy and make sure like everything's like solid.
Now, you probably make more money off of your YouTube channel than selling the items. Is that correct?
Yes.
So selling the items, you do, but it's more about the video than selling, or the plans than selling each individual plan. You don't have a plan to like just crank out a 1,000 items and sell them.
The only reason why I'm doing this content creation game more than woodworking is because I hate making the same shit every day. I did that for the first time. I did a Kickstarter and I made, I think, 100 clocks. Just like a round circle clocks. I hated it. I'm like, I'm doing the same shit every day.
Yeah.
It's like not fun.
Now, what if you went to Chinatown, you took some of these people that are out of job because of COVID, you taught them how to make clocks at a little factory?
I thought about that too, but I don't think I'm at that level.
No.
I think right now, at my skill set and my level, my job right now is to create as much content as possible and just build up a library of content and hopefully get my following to be at, I don't know, a little bit more than 500,000. Then I could start thinking about my next step. But right now, like, I am as happy as I could be.
So do you have a schedule now? Do you release one a week? No, just kind of when you do it. Interesting.
So like, depending on how many sponsors or who I could get as a sponsor, I'll make my projects around that. So I think at my level, I think I'm probably doing 1 or 2 videos a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get you up to once a week.
I know.
Too much?
It's tough because
a lot
I'm
of
doing
work.
it all by myself.
Yeah.
And like, if I was making it out of regular wood, yeah, I could probably doing it at once a week, but I'm not. So that's the hardest part.
What about of all your videos, which one is the most popular that you get the most attention for?
The 10 feet conference table, probably.
That one's pretty. That's a pretty table.
That
Now,
nice.
is there any items that you're like, I'm not selling this. I'm keeping this shit. This is too nice.
I don't.
Nothing?
Yeah.
So you don't get attached?
No.
You're not like,
I try not to.
You can't have that?
If anything, I try to get it away from me as soon as possible. I'm like, I just
like
wanna
the
get rid of
giveaway,
it.
the most recent giveaway you made.
That-
you seemed attached to that one.
I am
in the
very
videos.
attached to
yeah,
that
you're
one,
like
yes.
that. You're like, this is perfect. I
Yeah,
love it.
I'm like, I can't. I kind of hate that I decided to raffle it off, but that one, yeah, I think
That's
I'm
the best
probably
one.
gonna-
That's your
I'm
most
gonna
proud.
miss it. Yeah.
Are you gonna make another one for yourself or no?
Probably not.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful piece. And what made you decide to raffle it off in the first place, as opposed to sell it like a normal item?
I think because I did the raffle for like I had a bunch of tools in my shop and I just had to get rid of it, and other companies were sending me for giveaway, but that's right when George Floyd happened, and I was like, I can't just
Oh, that's your contribution.
yeah. So I raffled that off, and we raised like $7,000, and I was like, wow, that's pretty decent. So and then the elections happening, and like woodworking space and making space is predominantly white males, like older white males.
I never thought about that, but yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's never inner city kids. It's never. It's pretty much.
Yeah, there's like one channel with like a lesbian girl.
Yeah,
that makes beautiful
it's
furniture,
very rare.
But yeah, overall.
Yeah, and I think.
Overall, we
From my
dominate the
following,
sport.
though, I feel like there is a lot more people that's supporting Black Lives Matter more than anything, and it's just they're normal
that
fucking
young
people.
like punk skate crowd.
Yeah, not even that. It's just like even like a 17-year-old teenage girl or something.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to watch my videos.
Nowadays, I look at I'm on Tinder. Like, you're not on there. I'm on Tinder looking for a girlfriend,
Okay.
and about literally, I want to say 50% of girls' bios is a Black Lives Matter link or support Black Lives, whatever it is. So it's like a real
that's better than seeing like American flags everywhere and like I don't know, like
or both.
Yeah, or
Do
both.
both.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it's cool.
So I just felt like like with the following that I have and the platform that I have now, it's just like. It would be shitty not to say nothing or not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's just like, I hope this kind of inspires other people that like, yeah, I don't have that much money. I don't have, the most power in the world.
But a 20-foot shipping
exactly.
container. Yeah.
But you could still contribute a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you got, you could still do something to make a change and fucking, treat other human beings like normal human beings. And
What would you say is your average audience member? Is it a 20-year-old man?
it's usually a dude.
Yeah.
Probably it's like mixed between age of like 20 to like 35, maybe 40. Yeah. It's just usually white guy.
So you've never had like a girl who didn't know you were married just reach out and be like, I love your videos. I want you to make things for me and spend the rest of my life with you.
I don't get that, unfortunately.
Well, your wife's probably happy about that.
Yeah.
So you don't get that. No.
I'm sure
There's no woodworking pussy, dude.
I'm sure there is, but I don't know. It's just like they're
Why even
usually
do it
someone's
then?
wife. They're usually a couple, and they're usually like
Oh, and they're like, we watch your videos together.
no,
They're
like
awesome.
I'm not saying they're hitting on me, but
Uh-huh.
I'm sure there's but there's female woodworking space that's like very like they do it with their husbands, or they're all about woman empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I'm looking sexy and like drilling holes at the same time. Like, like yeah.
Do you ever make non-skateboard stuff and just don't film it?
Mm-hmm.
You do it?
I do.
And how come you don't film that too?
It's boring.
You should make. What if you made like a second YouTube channel for just regular wood?
I feel
Too
like
much
it's
work?
just too much work for something that I do. So I try to utilize Instagram stories to just like keep people updated.
Yeah. When I told you I was making this van, so I bought this old van. When I got it, I'm like, I'm gonna film it and just make a little YouTube video for my channel.
Do it.
And but it's so hard to you don't realize. You go, oh yeah, it'll be easy. I'll just set up a camera. It's actually makes it way longer and harder to film yourself doing it. So people don't realize that. They're like, oh well, he's doing it anyway. He probably just set up a camera. No, it's like a lot of work to get all the different angles. You have to keep the batteries charged or plug it in, dump the SD cards, get it all these different angles. It makes it way more time consuming to make something.
And even
when
like
you're filming, especially
the way,
when you're doing it yourself.
Yeah, if you were doing it without a camera, I could probably knock it out in an hour. But since you're doing it with the camera and you have to explain how the process works, that takes like so much hours and time just like making sure that, oh, did I get the step of like me grabbing it and then putting it onto the table so they don't know that it just came out of nowhere. So that takes a lot of time. So now it's like instead of 1 hour, it's taking 4 hours.
Right.
You know?
Do you ever hire someone to film for you or you always do yourself?
I just by myself. I don't think I'm at that level. And I don't want another person in the shop.
You like doing
when I'm
it
in my shop.
Yeah, you like your
Not even
it's
because
a
like I
peaceful
like
time.
being left alone, but it's just so tiny. Like I can't.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, my wife was in there one time, just like eating lunch, and I was like, I gotta get her out of here. Like it's just too compact. Like not
so it
enough
wasn't
space.
like this is my man space.
Yeah,
it was just too small.
Yeah, it's just too small. Yeah.
That's interesting. What about your trademark? I think I'd say your first trademark is the skateboard builds, but your secondary trademark is going, whoa.
I'm like losing my voice, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to stop at one point.
No way. People will lose their shit if you
The
stop.
whole day after I film and do that, sometimes I get too excited and I scream too loud. I can't talk for the next
From one
3
scream?
hours. Yep. One scream, and I was like, oh my God, I need to stop.
You're gonna have to
doing
see a
this.
vocal coach.
Yeah.
Well, how did that start?
And I
did you just do it one
a lot,
time?
So like that's
That's what it is.
it's not a good thing. Yeah.
That's what. So maybe instead of stopping the scream, you gotta kick your smoking habit.
Yeah.
But how did that start? Did you just do it one day and
I
people
just-
liked it,
I do it. I did it because
or do you already do that? Was that already
I do
a thing
it.
you did?
Yeah, I do it all the time just because I get excited time to time. And yeah, like there's so many moments in woodworking process that like it's so satisfying that you're just like so much joy. And I don't really know how to express myself. So I just scream and do stuff with my arms.
Or it's just real excitement. You finish
Yeah.
at him, it looks dope.
It
You're like,
looks
yeah.
yeah. Sometimes it's like really genuine. Sometimes it's like for the ads.
Sometimes
you
he
know?
was like,
Sometimes,
oh, I have to
kinda
scream.
have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
fooled me.
Yeah.
I thought they were all real. I thought they were all genuine. Sometimes he's faking it.
I'm
You wouldn't
faking
know unless you listen to this podcast. Sometimes those screams
Those are all fake.
What items do you have in the horizon besides a longboard deck? Any sneak peeks you could reveal here?
So
What items you're planning on making?
Probably gonna make another skateboard. I've been making one probably every.
And is it going to be different or the same as the last one? With
This
the
one
maple?
I'm selling it.
Oh, the last two. Okay, so you did one you gave to the skateboarder that broke it. Mm-hmm. What happened with the maple version?
That I still have it. It's
Oh,
in
you
my
still
car.
have.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, and you skate with that one.
Time to time, like if I'm at the parking lot's too far or something.
Do you find yourself not wanting to skate it because it's too pretty?
No.
No.
I'm like I'll be okay breaking it today.
So you're gonna make a third skateboard. Are you gonna film that one too? The third one?
I should be filming that one. I'm hoping to sell like 20 to 25 of them.
Oh, so you're about to make 20 to 25 skateboards. That's gonna be. How long will that take you?
Probably a month, maybe
Wow.
less. I don't know.
And then how much do you think you'll sell one of these decks for?
Well, since I don't think people are stupid enough to write this, I hope they just display. And I want to make it so that it's all.
I think most people would want it for display, right?
Right.
Why
I hope so.
would they?
Yeah.
Maybe to
'Cause
cruise
I'm
around
gonna,
a little bit.
Probably sell it for like 300-400.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe cruise around a little bit, but
Yeah.
not
Like
definitely
an
don't do
everyday
tricks on
ride,
it.
but like never doing tricks and
Yeah,
shit,
never
and
doing
like
tricks.
going to the park and stuff. So like,
But the maple one's probably fairly durable if they really wanted to. If they're rich, if you're a
Yeah.
baller and just want the coolest deck at the park.
that you could be that person.
Imagine bragging. It's the same guy who buys a Gucci wallet.
but, yeah.
That's what you should be. You
Or
should be the
Gucci
Gucci.
slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll have your board.
Yeah.
And then it'll break one day and everyone will make fun of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good thing you bought that board.
Yeah. But yeah, that's probably going to be the last one of the year. I think I have to make some boxes for my sponsors.
Your storage boxes.
Just like a jewelry box or like, I don't know, for like all your weed stuff.
I would see if I were you, if I had your skills, my whole house would be filled with your own. Like I would have a skateboard dining room table.
Not with my
I
wife,
would
though.
have. She wouldn't like it.
She doesn't like it.
Well, how unsupportive.
No, she's very supportive of me. She just hates the look and design of all this skateboard.
They're
like,
so beautiful.
She hates it.
Wow.
Like it's like almost insulting, but at the same time, I understand.
People like what they like.
Yeah, exactly. It's very loud design, I think.
That's true. But if you have everything else simple and then that kind of be the loud piece in the house.
I think she watches other like home interior design kind of stuff too.
Right. It's I
Chip
guess
and
it's kind
Joanna
of like a
Gaines
man
kinda
cave
stuff.
type
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
It's kind of industrial
Yeah.
look, but that's
It's like-
great. Yeah, my house would be, I'd have a dining room table for sure, coffee table.
Chairs.
Have you made chairs?
I'm trying to make one next year. I want to
Okay.
get more into fine woodworking. I'm kind of getting sick of like doing smaller stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to start upping my deal with the sponsors and doing bigger, longer videos rather than
Dumpster.
like smaller projects. Because like I'm kind of getting sick of doing smaller ones now. And hopefully, I don't know, like this COVID is just like messing a lot of this stuff up. We're supposed to
That's
like,
interesting. I would assume you're one of the few people it probably wouldn't have affected.
No, for my wife.
Oh, for your wife,
Like our plan was to like move out, get a house together, and like have a new shop that's going to be a 2-car garage, so it'll be a little bit bigger for us. But she just lost her job.
Oh no. What was her job?
She was working at Podcorn, which is a company that pretty much connects different podcasts with different brands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I should hit her. Oh, I should have hit her up before
You
she
should've,
lost her
but
job.
yeah. She's gone now. But yeah, now like I'm just pretty much convincing her not to find any work and then just kind of focus on what she wants to do. She wants to like try different things, but she's just scared. But I'm like, just
She
go
wants to
for it.
start her own YouTube.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. No, she
you
wants
guys
to start a
collab?
clothing brand that uses sustainable materials to make everyday essentials like t-shirts, sweats.
Be great.
Very
She
comfortable.
should definitely do it.
I know.
At least try. What's the worst that could happen? You
Yeah.
lose 10 grand? How much does it
Yeah,
cost to
at
start a
some
clothing?
time.
Yeah, you lose a few
But the
months.
thing is,
you got time.
Her dad owns a sewing factory.
So she's got all the hookups.
That's exactly
And
what
she
I've been
wants to
telling
do
her.
it. She's just a little scared.
She's just a little scared that we're not gonna pay enough bills. You know, she
Dude.
just wants stability, and I'm like, we got it, baby.
Yeah, he's got 100,000 followers on
We
YouTube. He's
we
selling
got
30
it.
skateboards.
Yeah.
He's got it. And hey,
But-
worst case
yeah.
scenario, you move into a studio apartment for a year. You look for another job.
Yeah.
Go figure it out.
It's not that bad. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Who cares?
Go for it. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have balance, though. She's kind of like, don't do that. And you're like,
Yeah.
come on, do it.
She's like definitely the foundation of like our operation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't do shit. Like I don't know how to pay bills. I don't know how to do anything. Like I just focus on making YouTube videos and making projects, and she takes care of everything else.
But so before YouTube, were you just doing the Hyundai stuff? Mm-hmm. And so do you do that less now or do you do it the same amount?
I probably do. Last year, I actually did a lot. Last year was probably the busiest, but this year I didn't do any of them.
Well, yeah, especially during these times.
And I don't think I'm gonna do any of them until end of next year.
Yeah, probably
to be
won't
honest.
either.
Yeah,
So kind of YouTube saved you.
yeah.
It saved your whole marriage. Now you're the sugar daddy.
No, it's crazy too, cause like the timing was perfect. Like I started getting video deals when I was out of work, and then I started getting even more video deals, and it was like just like perfect timing. Like I didn't have to like stress about money. It's just like everything worked
Do you
out.
get Instagram deals as well, or just
Not really.
just YouTube right now?
Just YouTube.
See, I get sometimes I get Instagram deals, not often, but sometimes. And you have more followers than me, so I feel like you could probably get those too.
I don't know. Instagram seems like, I don't know, for a picture, however much money, like
Yeah.
it's not fun for me. Like
No, it's not that fun.
It's
just to check
it seems like work to me.
to take the picture.
Yeah,
it's
like, I
20
don't know,
minutes
like
of work.
I gotta like think of ideas. How am I gonna like match like what my person? I don't know. Let's say a beer company reached out one day,
Okay.
and they were like, "Can you do a post for us, and then we'll send you beer?" And I'm like, I don't even care about beer. Like even if you pay me $200, I don't think I would take a picture of it and send it to.
Yeah, it's got to be something you like.
Yeah.
But if Craftsman said, hey,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did one for Irwin, which is Stanley Black and Decker family. They were like, "We'll pay you X amount of money if you post it." I was like, "Okay."
now are you in any sort of contract with Black and Decker family? Like if you got a giant offer from Makita right now,
No.
would you be allowed to take it?
Yeah, I could take it.
Yeah.
I'm not in any contract whatsoever. Only contracts that I take is like video deals. So
Now, okay, what's the really shitty tool? Not shitty, but the cheapest tools are porters. Are they called? What are they called?
Porter cable?
Porter cable. Those
They're
are
not-
like the cheapest ones, right?
No, I would say Black and Decker is
Black and Decker is the
probably the
cheapest.
lowest end or the most entry level.
Got it.
Yeah.
Like Black and Decker, Porter cable, Ryobi, somewhere around there.
So like Black and Decker is like probably the lowest, or they are considered to be the lowest. And then
Beginner.
Ryobi, Craftsman. What else? Like
For some reason I thought Porter cable was really low end. Those are high end.
I think Porter Cable makes like
middle?
higher quality tools now. I mean, I think I can't even think of any Porter Cable tools.
What about just
Only
like
the
Chinese
router.
tools from Amazon? Have you ever used those?
Yeah, those are shit.
What if one of them tried to sponsor you? Would you even take it? Or you're like, I can't use those tools?
I get a lot from China, and like, I say no to every one of them.
All right, so you got some.
Yeah, I got some
rules.
ground. Like, yeah, I'm like, no, dude. Like, if I have to like go into a login to like
I'd sell
do
out.
something, I'm like, no.
I'd sell out right now. If any Chinese tool companies want to sponsor my podcast, and even if they're garbage, I'll sponsor the shit. I'll lie and say they're awesome. I'll do it on this podcast. I'll edit this stuff out. That's too late.
Like, honestly, as much as sponsorship's important and money's important, like,
Yeah, no, and
It's
you'll
just
lose the
not
following from
fucking
that
fun,
too. If
yeah.
people know you're full of shit.
It's so not fun, like
Yeah.
doing shit for like someone that you don't want to do.
Do you have any thing you need advice on in your life that I could help you with? I'm really smart.
I probably need help with how do I maximize what I have right now.
With just your whole life?
Yeah.
Can you maximize
What
it all?
What do you think I should be doing in the next 5 years?
Okay. You live in LA.
I live in LA.
You got to think, a lot of these woodworking YouTube, I imagine don't live in LA. I imagine are all over the country because you could have a YouTube from anywhere. You're in LA. You're a personality now. You got to just accept that and become part of the Hollywood machine. You're also diverse. You're a Korean immigrant.
Yeah.
You have a lot that right now, a Korean immigrant that has
They're
a popular
hot right
YouTube.
now.
You're hot right now.
They're hot right now.
I would be pitching to Netflix to get a TV show about woodworking. That's what I would be doing. And you have the skills to film and edit.
Do you think
'Cause
I'm
you
at
do
that
that.
level?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Now, this is coming from someone who doesn't know anything about woodworking,
Mm-hmm.
but still, I imagine most of the people watching are going to be kind of like me.
Yeah.
They're just like it, but don't know much about it.
Right.
To me, when you said, "Oh, I didn't know anything and I did it for 2 years and learned," in my mind, when I watched you make that piece of plywood, I was like, "Oh, he's probably been into woodworking since he was a little kid. His dad taught him woodworking. He took woodworking classes. He's been doing it and now started YouTube." So when you told me 2 years, I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So yeah, if I were you, I would make a sizzle reel. You have all the skills you have all the equipment, all the tools, all the skills to do it. And then I would be pitching it around town to get a woodworking TV show.
That's a smart idea.
Have you thought about that already? Or
No,
no?
because I would never think of that because I wouldn't know anybody in Hollywood.
But you live in LA. You know
But
someone who knows someone.
Yeah.
You know me. You know someone like
Right.
just
A
like
bunch of my friends from product specialists, a lot of them are actors and actresses. So they do live in LA and they do know this world.
So they might not have the connections to sell a show, but they might have an agent or a manager,
Right.
and that could look at it. And it's unique too. How many people are living in LA? How many Koreans are living in LA pitching woodworking shows?
Yeah.
I would bet you might be the only one.
I'm probably going to be the only one, yeah.
Yeah. So to me,
That's
in the
really
bag.
smart. That is a good idea.
might make, if you're the creator and host of it, you could make
Who knows?
millions of dollars. Yeah, who knows? There it is. There's the idea. We're going to take a couple calls here now from people who want our advice on things.
Nice.
Because I like to interview the guests, but it's also a therapy show.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to... I haven't screened these, so I hope that no one's going to fuck with us.
Okay.
Hey Ari, this is Dave. Sorry, this is Dave. There was a big truck going by when I was recording that last message. Hey Ari, what's a good way to make some money right now?
Why is everyone coming to me for money shit? Because I'm Jewish?
Yeah.
Not cool. Racist. Not cool. I'm going to ignore that one. We're ignoring that call.
Do you get like creepy messages because you're a comedian
Sometimes.
and people think like they get you?
Oh, creepy
Or
in the
they-
sense where they're
you
trying to be
get them.
creepy?
No, they like
Oh,
say
like really
something
personal?
They say something, some kind of joke, and then like you're like, what the fuck? Like, but they expect like, oh, you would understand that.
I think it's usually mentally ill people. But yeah, sometimes they'll send me like this long thing and you could tell they're like trying to be funny, but it just comes across as super weird.
Okay.
Yeah, you get those.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Ari? This is Chet Rogers, a big fan up in Washington D.C. Just wanted to get some advice from you. It kind of has to do with me and my girl. I'm always going down on her, but she's never going down on me. So I'm trying to figure out how to get her to return the favor. So if you have any advice, I'd really love to hear it. Really big fan of the show, man. Can't wait to see you live again in the future.
All right, thanks,
Is this
Chet.
real? Like,
it was someone from my Instagram. So it's real and I put out a thing saying send them in. So is that real? It's real adjacent.
okay.
Real. That's real.
Yeah. That seems
yeah.
real.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot of other people could relate to that.
So, okay. So he goes down on his girl.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't go down on him.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you do?
it's,
Why
that's
do
a
you
tough
think
situation.
why do you think that's happening right now?
Listen, my first thought goes, not some guys and girls are more into it than others.
Yes.
You meet girls who are like, I love to give head. And same with guys. I love eating vagina. That's the thing. And then you meet people who aren't that into it.
Yeah.
And then you have people like me who I'm into it if it's the right one. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. How do you know if it's the right one?
Look, smells, pheromones.
That's what I was gonna get to. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, you should ask yourself, does it look good?
Mm-hmm.
Does it smell good?
Yeah.
Does it look inviting?
Right.
Does it look, welcoming?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. So maybe ask for it right out of the shower.
Yeah.
Maybe entice her with some sort of reward. Maybe like, hey, we'll go get in and out if you give me the best head ever.
Yeah, I don't think they like that. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, maybe you do it
As a married man, I don't think that's gonna work for
if you offered your wife in and out.
Oh,
for a
dude,
blowjob?
that's not gonna.
What would
fucking
she
work.
say?
She would fucking. She'll say, "Get out."
What if you offer like steak,
no.
like Ruth Chris?
Maybe. But you can't ask for it like that. You gotta
Right.
take her to steak, and then make it seem like it naturally should be happening.
Maybe start
I don't
subconsciously like sliding in that you've been craving blowjobs lately. Like, don't even ask for it. Just be like, it's so weird. I've been craving a blowjob.
Yeah.
And then if she's a nice person, she'll give it to you.
Or you could be like, oh, my friend just got a blowjob at the park today or something. Like, just plant that in their head.
just maybe have blowjob porno playing in the background to subconsciously ingrain in her. Or what if
just have like lollipops everywhere in the house?
That's what I was gonna say. What if you subconsciously like rewarded her every time she did? So you don't say like I'll buy you in and out, but every time she does give you a blowjob, ice cream pops up. And then you don't even tell her, but it's kind of like the trick they do when they're training animals.
Yeah.
And just
what is that called? Oh my god.
reward something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Is that sexist to say that?
That might work.
Is that sexist to say reward your women? Reward teach them a trick?
Oh my
with
god.
treats. Listen, that's not sexist. You could do that on a guy too. If you're a lady out there,
seriously.
flip it around. If every time a guy eats you out,
That would be
you
pretty
reward,
funny.
you get them ice cream.
Give them a cold beer or something,
If I knew Haagen-Dazs ice cream was coming every time I ate a girl out, I'd be going for it, even if it was nasty, because I love Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Just saying. Use that how you will. Let's play another one.
How'd I tell my boy T. Jones quit being a little bitch?
I feel like he just wanted that shout out on the thing, right?
Yeah.
That he
That's
wasn't.
pretty cool.
He just
Do you
wanted.
get that a lot? Just like
Normally,
weird messages. I get so much.
do you get a bunch? Yeah. What's the weirdest one you get?
I don't know. It's just a lot of criticism. Like you're not supposed to be doing a lot. Like you're not supposed to be doing this, or you're not supposed to.
Oh,
be
like
doing-
critiques.
Yeah, I get a lot of those, and then
What's a big what's an actual critique where you've got where you're like, okay, I won't do that again, or none.
none.
So they're all just
I don't
crazy
care
people. Yeah.
how, because there's different ways to do it.
Right. There's
Everything.
different ways to skin a
there's
cat.
different ways to There's so many different ways to do woodworking, and I think they just make it seem like it's like my way is the right way, like that kind of shit.
Right.
So that's one of the things that I hate the most. Another thing is like, you should make this. You should do this. Like, it's so...
You don't want to hear people's ideas. I'll make what I
hate it.
want.
Oh my God. My sister-in-law did it a couple days ago, and I just ignored her.
So I shouldn't bring up my list of things you should make.
Well, I
No,
probably
just
thought of
kidding.
it.
You probably.
I honestly, like, I've been doing this for 5 years now, or 4 years now. I think I have thought of every possible or generic ideas that
To make out of wood.
any average
Yeah.
person would be thinking of, like chess set, cutting board. Like every day, someone's like, "You should make a cutting board."
Did you make one?
you shouldn't make a cutting board because
Everyone made one.
The wood itself, skateboard, like these skaters go to like gutters and like they have dirt into the wood, like it just soaks in, so it's not really.
For some reason, I
safe.
thought you made one anyway.
And some of
guess you
these
did.
like manufacturers, you don't know if they're using high quality glue or like just some cheap glue that.
Yeah, because
that's
you don't know
toxin.
which skateboard is which because they're old and beat up. So
Yeah.
it's not like you're like, well, this was a birdhouse board. This was. Some of them could be a board from the 99-cent store.
Yeah. So like I try not to do any like food contact products that's like, cutting board or a bowl for eating. Like I would never make those. Like I've seen people make like spatulas. I'm like, oh, that's so
I'm a dirty guy. I'd use a skateboard cutting board.
it's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm
And
gross.
it cups too. Like as soon as it touches water, like I don't even have wooden cutting board at my house. I think it's impractical because as soon as you get it wet and wash it, the wood starts warping.
Yeah.
That's what wood's supposed to do.
Yeah, it's more just for rich people.
Yeah. Like for like dry foods, perfectly great. Like you could do cheese board or whatever it is. But as soon as you wet it,
So the biggest things you don't send him critiques on his woodworking. He'll figure it out. And don't send him ideas of what to make.
just leave me alone.
What if they did this? What if they didn't send you an idea? They said, hey, I will pay you X amount to make me this. Do you want those?
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
But
Does
they have to
that
be
happen?
legit. Yeah, it happens a lot, but they never come through.
So they'll be like, hey, I want you this. And you're like, okay, that's going to be $5,000. They're like, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I imagine, is this public information? You don't have to tell it, it's personal. But like, for example, that big conference room table, that must have been a very
That was
expensive
one of
piece.
that was one of the earlier ones that I only charged him $7,500.
Oh, well, to me, 7,500 is a lot. How much?
Yeah.
So do you think now that would be like 15,000 or something?
That should be at least 10 grand's worth of work, I would say, because there's so many skateboards.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about the material that I was like. I didn't value myself pretty much in the beginning. I was like, anybody could do this.
Right.
But
And you're new, you don't view yourself as a pro. You're like, well, I'm just an amateur. This is an amateur table,
right,
even though
right.
it's really high quality table.
Yeah, it was. I mean, now that I think of it, it's like really nice table for like the amount of work that I put in. I probably made it in like 6 weeks.
You live and learn.
Yeah, but now like I know, I'm like that's at least 10K.
Do you find yourself, now that you work with wood, I'd say professionally for a living, you're a professional woodworker, do you find yourself looking at other furniture and be like, shit, nice, shit, like that's an IKEA desk right there.
used
Did
to
you
do
look
that.
at that when you walked in and thought to yourself, well, that's a piece of shit desk?
I used to do that when I was not skilled, but now that I know more about furniture. There's a place for everyone, and even IKEA furniture, even though they get the biggest like critics of like saying like it's a shit furniture. I don't think it's shit furniture at all. It's actually smart furniture.
It is what it is. It's cheap.
It's flat
Yeah.
pack. You could pack it and ship it to you for free. Do you know how much it is to ship this table right now? It's probably super expensive. And they
I don't even
figured
know
out
what this is made out of.
no, it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
it's bulky and the legs are spraying out and
Right.
there's so much volume but you're not really, so all these designs are pretty much in a way that like IKEA furniture designed so that it could ship easily, but it's minimalistic like look and it's
And cheap.
I don't really like I don't think it's bad at all.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You're not hating on IKEA.
At this point, like any furniture, like I just know the value now. So if I see a furniture that's like a dresser from Target, I know that's not worth $100.
Yeah.
But someone else out there is gonna buy it for $100 because that's what they could buy.
Easy, cheap, go store,
You
build
just
it.
throw it in and
Yeah.
then you're good to go. Like for me to make the same thing, like a lot of people ask me that too. They see a table and they're like, it's like $400. Like, can you make that? I'm like, dude, the material itself is gonna be $400. Just buy that.
Yeah.
Like they do it so well. Like I don't think they're made shitty, but it's just people get sick of the design and throw it away like after a couple years. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's all you need. For most people, it's all you need.
Right. So like if you buy a one good high quality furniture like a dining table, you could keep it for 10 years. But if you buy a shitty one from IKEA, you're gonna probably replace it in a couple years and get something new and whatever. And that's what's like pretty much making these Chinese cheap furniture companies thrive, because people love buying new shit every time and just make it cheap.
Now for you
Fine.
in your house, so you're not, your wife doesn't let you make the furniture for the house. Would you have even wanted to?
I made the dining table. That's one thing that she allowed me to make.
Oh, so you have a skateboard dining table in the house?
No.
Oh, just a different dining.
Just
wood.
walnut. Yeah.
Okay, so you made the dining table.
Yeah.
Now, your other furniture in the house, is it because you're a woodworker? Do you have all hardwood, nice furniture, or do you just have IKEA stuff or cheaper stuff?
Well, like the house stuff, I don't touch it.
It's all her.
I don't care, to be honest. Like I could have just a mattress and like a stool, and like I'll be perfectly fine. And I don't think I would want to make it nice, because like I don't get attached to like things.
You don't even get attached to your own things.
I don't. To be honest, like I just don't care. Like I rather have everything packed in one backpack and I'm ready to go. So like my wife did the whole apartment, and like she loves West Elm, and like
Oh, so she gets nice stuff.
she gets nice stuff, but I'm like, dude, this is the same stuff from Target. It's like all made out of MDF. It's like the same quality.
Oh, okay. It's good to know. So West Elm, which is an expensive store, still makes
it just
cheap
looks
stuff.
nice. Design, it's like they get the best vendor probably, and then sell their item on their website as their brand.
So you don't even try to explain to her, hey, just so you know, this is garbage furniture.
At this point, like I'm like, just go buy
Do
whatever you want. Yeah.
Happy wife, happy
that makes
life.
her happy, and that's how she thinks is gonna get her joy, and that's perfectly okay. We bought a $2,500 couch,
Which actually, that's how much couches cost.
right,
now.
right. And but it's like we went to one here in like La Brea, like it's like a custom couch, like they pick the fabric for you, and like they put like duck feathers in there, whatever that bullshit. Breaks like every other day.
Oh man.
Like I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. It's the same shit from everywhere.
It's a couch.
It just is, at the end of the day, it's couch, and they probably have different fabric, and they could market it in a way that they could sell it a little more. But at the end of the day, it's the same fucking couch from the like $200 on Amazon.
Yeah, I've never walked in someone's house and been like, I need this couch.
Yeah.
It's always like, is it clean? Is it a couch? Is it comfortable? That's about it.
It's just couch. Yeah.
So before you get out of here, I'd like to plug your YouTube channel, Woby Design.
Woby Design. WOBY Design.
And your Instagram is
same thing. The Woby Design.
Woby Design. Is there anything else you'd like to promote? Is the raffle still going on?
Raffle's going on right now. So I'm actually donating the table we just talked about. And 100% of the proceed will go to NAACP Legal Defense Fund. And the shipping will be subtracted. So if you have international listeners, it's
You
open
could get
to
it anywhere in the world.
Worldwide.
And this table is no joke.
It's
the
really
only
nice.
item he's gotten excited about that he's made and wanted to keep. It's kind of like, did you say it's this size?
It's about this size, maybe a little bit shorter between us.
So
but
it's a dining room table made out of recycled skateboards. As you know, that's what he does. And it is a piece of art. That's the best way to describe it. It's a
really
full-blown
hate
piece of art.
that I have to let it go. Like this is one. Yeah, I
What if-
almost cried when it flipped.
What if someone got it for a $5? They spent $5 on the raffle. They got it, and then you sent them, and they made a video of them like taking a hammer and smashing it. What would you?
I'd be so mad. Like I'd be furious.
No one would do that, but that'd be just knowing how much you
I
love
don't
it would
know,
be
man.
kind of
There's
a funny
some
video.
like wild people out there, and I have some haters. So like there is a chance. Like
That means a hater would have to support you though to hate it. You know what I mean?
well,
They'd have
like
to
I'm
give
sure,
you a
like they're like,
cause.
oh, I could probably put like a gamble $5 in
Uh-huh.
it just to see like him breaking down.
There's a video. Do you know who Tom Green is? Tom Green. He used to
feel like I
do basically
heard
like a
his
prank
name.
show back in the day
Uh-huh.
on MTV. He's a comedian, and he goes on a late night show. I want to say it's Letterman. I forget which one.
Uh-huh.
and he's a guest, and it's a big opportunity for him. He's like an up-and-coming comedian, just got his show. He's on late night. And in the middle, he takes out a chainsaw and starts sawing up the guy's desk. And it's like a nice talk show desk. It's a piece of the show that's been around. He starts sawing up his desk. I don't think it was ever back on the show.
Oh my God.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
If you
I'll block you for sure.
Anything else you want to say to the world?
That's it.
Thanks for doing the show.
Thank you so much for having me here.
See you guys next week. God bless.
You're listening to
Unlicensed
Therapy with Ari Mannis.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Unlicensed Therapy. Are you still listening? Please subscribe to my podcast via YouTube and iTunes. Leave a review. Share it with a friend. Do something to contribute because I put a lot of time into this podcast and I lose money on it. I'm going to be frank. I usually lose money on it. So thank you very much for listening. Even if you don't share it or subscribe, thanks, I guess. And we'll see you next time.